wandering around for thousands of years waiting for Europeans to come. Okay, when are Europeans going to get here? I need to know about God. I need to know about what these things are up in the sky, these little lights. See, so when we just think of just the most logical things, how insane that is. And that's what they can't stomach. Because we have held up the pillars. Yes, we've held up the pillars of white supremacy through deification of it, worship of it. Okay? And not, like I said before, I'm not disrespecting nobody on this tour as a black man or black woman. Okay? But I am going to disrespect what you might have on that doesn't belong to black folks. And then you try to preserve it. Because you're perpetuating slave culture. You're still perpetuating it. Okay? Europeans love to see us draped in their stuff. Because they know that that's a good slave that's going to perpetuate their culture for future generations. And keeping with the narrative that they brought light and civilization to the world. And this is why I have to be so hard on it. Like Dr. Ben, peace be upon him, Dr. Clark, the Grandmaster teachers, the Silver Dungeon Houston, and all the others, so many. So we just can't come up in here talking about coming to Africa and now trying to preserve, okay, some slave consciousness. We come here to be free. So free that you didn't even know what day it was sometimes.
What day is it?
Wasn't even slave to the clock. All right? That's freedom. See? Freedom to think. So again, brothers and sisters, we are honored that you've made this great, wonderful journey as we start to come to the conclusion of our journey here. But again, we all have an ancestral doorway. We all have a genius. Until we tap into that genius, then that's when your purpose of why you're here will come to you as well. We all have something, but it can't open up if it's contaminated. Ancestral doorway cannot open up if it's contaminated. And trying to preserve and worship something outside of ourselves. And that's something that we have to understand. So each and every one of you are going to go back and you're going to be able to see the world differently than what you've seen before. Africa's going to talk to you all the time. You're going to see symbols and signs and all kinds of things. Okay? Coming. But above all, as I repeatedly said, to take what you do best, whatever it may be. And whatever you research in, you'll be shocked and surprised of what you will come up with. Okay, on this journey. And that's the longest journey the longest journey that you're on is the journey into yourself. That's the longest journey that one can make. And I hope that I hope we have fulfilled a trip of a lifetime that we titled it as.
I say. Say.
And this was our second trip, so we had to keep our endurance up for you as well. And I think it's a stalemate with the two groups.
We the best.
But keep in mind, the last group, they brothers and sisters too. All right, so we all one. We can't. It's not a separation. The same spirit, brothers and sisters.
I say.
So we come here with a lot of stuff. All right, but what we want to do is start to deal with this here. I think that if there was going to be, if somebody was going to flood out the Vatican, there would be an outcry all over the world. Mm-hmm. If somebody was going to try to flood out the Kaaba, there would be an outcry. Mm-hmm. If somebody was going to try to flood out Israel, there would be an outcry. People would rise up all over the world. The only reason why we don't have an outcry is because we are oblivious to our culture, the ancient culture right here on the African continent. And we were conscious of it then the Chinese, there's no way they would be building that dam, because we would rise up all over the planet, wherever black folks are. Okay. But they have contaminated us with their culture. And we're too busy deifying their culture. And that's the reason why we see the travesty of what is about to take place here in Kush, with destruction of the greatest monuments. And when those structures were built, okay, there was no Europe yet. And that's why, in some cases, they don't care. They're preserving involved with Egyptology and UNESCO is because they're still trying to keep that Egyptology narrative within their circles. Okay? You saw the lectures, all the psychopathic racism that I showed you and all the things that they were saying. I didn't write that. They wrote it. Okay? And it's been going on from the time that they wrote those Bibles all the way up into their academic racism. No different. So, again, so what we have to do is to be the undercover brother and sister. Okay, you don't have to go back and tell the white folks everything you've done here. All right. You just take your resources and do it for us, and do it for yourself, and to do it for us. That's what we have to do. So tonight we're going to have our Nubian Galabia party. Everybody know what time that is? 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock, you
You want
late.
to show me the oil in it and the dresses
Okay,
too.
we're going to have it 6 o'clock. You don't have to wear a Galabia. It can be any garment, a West African garment, as long as it has, a tradition. You can't come in with tank tops and all that kind of stuff. All right, but as long as you have something on West African Galabia, it's okay. And so we have some things for you to show our appreciation for you making this journey. And that's why Mary Rod didn't make it to the village today, because she's preparing for tonight some things for you, all right, to honor you in making this journey into Kemet New Boot
You
Camp.
look like me and you.
So we think that you all are deserving of something, of being in the Kemet New Boot Camp. So all of you are going to go back with great medals, okay? All right, as we've been fighting this war of knowing thyself, brothers and sisters. Do we have any questions at this point? Okay, that'll be downstairs in the Nefertari room, basement, Nefertari.
Are we eating dinner at the Galabia?
Okay, hold that